We are here with Anna Padilla, and at the time of the flood show, she was actually Anna Torres. All right, so you were there the night of the flood, correct?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so why don't you take me back to the beginning of that night and walk me through your experience of the show, the flood, your perspective of that night.
All right, so it was a normal closing shift. You know, we have the backstage show coming in, everybody orders before they go in. While we're waiting for intermission to happen, we take care of a few things. All of a sudden, someone comes to the front door and says, "We have an issue here." I'm like, okay, wait, what's happening? So I go outside, and there's water everywhere in the street.
Has anybody come up to the door saying we have an issue before?
Before that, no.
Oh, okay, okay.
Just one time. And then we see water everywhere, like it's going to the barber shop, it's coming up the curb, and so it's starting to go into the coffee shop. And I'm like, oh no. And I know it's gonna seep through all the way to the backstage.
Yeah.
So immediately I go to the backstage and I let Bob know, "Bob, we have a water main that broke out in the front." He's like, "What?"
Were you the only one working this night?
No, it was me and Fowkes.
Okay. So after you told Bob about the water main break, what did you do?
I started to see the water seep in, and we tried to block it at the door with like a bunch of towels and mats, but it kept coming through the sides. So the next thing I thought of is, okay, we got to get this water out of here, or the refrigerator that we have up front is going to flood, and all that electricity is going to go berserk. So we went to see what we could find, like for buckets, and we had this little trash can, and I went to get the mop bucket, and we just started bailing it out. I got engaged in October to my husband now, Gil. We got married on May 22nd. Yay!
Yay!
I have 2 rings now. And yeah.
Where did you guys get married at?
We got married in San Clemente.
Oh, California wedding. That's so cute.
Yeah. Right off the coast of the beach.
So at the time of the flood, you were engaged, correct?
Yes.
And then he proposed when?
In October.
Okay, and how did he propose?
Well, he had been planning to propose for a while. He had let me know, but finally in October he decided to text me after work and say, "Hey, can you meet me here?" And it was at Descanso Gardens.
Ooh.
So I had already had in the back of my head, like, okay, something's going down here.
Like something, he's about to do something romantic. I don't know what, but something romantic.
So he bought us tickets to Descanso Gardens. We walked around for a bit, and at the time, I'm tired. I've gotten off at 8 hours of work. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're walking. And then he finds the perfect spot, and he gets down on a knee, and he's like, "Anna, will you make me happy and be my wife?" And I'm like, "Yes!" And after that, I had all the energy in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're a gentleman with company. You were like, "Yes, of course, like, let's keep going. Like, what else does this night entail?"
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I sent him a video of it, and you could see all of the outside sidewalk was flooded. It was coming through the door, going all over the floor, like all the way to the back. And he was like, "Oh my gosh."
Did he come down to see it happen?
No, it was late at night, so
Okay.
he was all the way out in Monterey Park. But
okay, that's right, because you don't live close to here.
Yeah, but he came to pick me up soon after. So.
Oh, so he like kind of saw the ending of the flood and everybody like out on the streets?
Yeah, like the firefighters were here and everyone was taking videos. So yeah. So I had like the mop bucket and 2 little trash can things that were empty, and we just started putting water into there. Like we would scoop it up, fill up the bucket, take it out to the back, and dump it out the back door.
Okay.
So you would fill up the bucket, trek it all the way to the back, dump it there, come back for the next bucket, come back for the next bucket.
Like moving back and forth.
It's like, save the refrigerator.
Yes, like save the refrigerator, I don't want to get electrocuted. So what did Bob say? Did Bob Stain see you bailing out this water?
Oh yeah, as soon as he heard that the water main had broke, he made an announcement. He came out to the front to see how bad it was, and then he told people, okay, you know, we gotta start either moving seats back or get out of here because the water's coming through from the barber shop to the backstage.
To the backstage, and people will get electrocuted.
Yeah.
Were you aware that some of the musicians like didn't want to get off the stage and they just kept playing?
Oh no, as soon as the water main broke, I told Bob and I stayed up front.
Oh, you were like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of this, I'm going to go up there.
I'm like, you got your issues with all your people, I got my issues with the
refrigerator.
Yeah.
With the refrigerator. So what was Bob's initial reaction to seeing the water flooding on the streets?
He was just like, oh no, we gotta get people out of here.
So what was the outcome of all the water rushing in and you bailing the water out? Like, what happened?
Well, we did it for as long as we could until the firefighters told us to evacuate the building. So it's like, what can you do at that point?
Yeah.
But it ended up being a whole day's worth to mop up the coffee shop. Since we have like a concrete floor, it wasn't that bad, but you still have to get everything dry, make sure everything's in working condition. Thank God the refrigerator was fine.
Okay, so the refrigerator was good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was just about to ask that. I was like, I hope the refrigerator was good.
Yeah.
So what would you say then, like what can you take away from this experience? Like, what's a message that you think can resonate with you with the flood incident?
Well, I'm better under pressure.
Yeah.
If I see another pipe burst, I'm like, okay, well, know what to do.
You know what to do. You have to grab like your buckets and bail and start getting out the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think your coworkers thought about the flood?
Everyone was like, okay, there's no work tomorrow, I guess.
That's funny. Like, oh good, we get off of work.
Yeah, it was like, okay.
Did you by chance see or talk to the firefighters at all?
No, just through the window. They told us to get out at a certain point, but
oh, so they were just kind of like looking at you through the window, like, get out, get out.
They were like, bump, bump, yep, it's time to go.
time to go. And what did you, whenever you exited, did you go out to where the water was?
Oh, no, we couldn't go through the front door, so we went all the way through the back.
Okay, so the water was so bad that the front door just wasn't, like, accessible. Like, you couldn't
my
get
shoes
through
were,
it.
like, soaked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you were like, yeah, I can't even get out to my car. I have to go to the back door.
If we had opened the door, definitely all of that water would have just rushed in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what happened next? Like, after the flood, after the water came in, when did you guys get to go back to work, and when did you guys get to start back up as a normal day at the coffee gallery?
So the very next day, we had like 2 people coming in to like mop up, clean, see what was good.
Were you part of that?
I wasn't, but some of the managers were. And the next day, we had like kind of a secondary cleanup, but we opened the store.
Okay, so it didn't even last that long.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. Like we have concrete floor, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But from what I heard from backstage, it was a little bit worse because they had to bring in all the hose to get the carpet clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say here, there's like all this carpet stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you think how do I want to phrase this? Like in your own opinion, I'm just actually curious. What do you think the musicians were thinking during this experience? Like if you were to put yourself in the musician's shoes, like how do you think you would feel about the flood happening?
I was like, I hope people don't want a refund.
I hope people don't want a refund. That's funny.
Yeah, or maybe we could get to do the show again, less cost, something to make up for this, you know?
Yeah, that's funny.